Greetings, I am No Talent Red Mage and I am playing absolute shit. No, seriously, there's nothing here to see but shit. I am playing Revolution X for this SNES, or more accurately, trying not to collapse on the floor and cry in the fetal position, or hunt down something underneath the sink to make the hurting stop. I heard Clorox helps. Bit of history for the morbidly curious. See, Acclaim released an arcade game with quite possibly the dumbest story and digitized graphics this side of a particular Jaguar fighting game starring a crotch fireball shooting Scotsman. The game was fun-ish in arcades for a little bit, though your quarters were much better spent on other games like X-Men, since it had better replayability and was much higher quality. Also, 8 players, if you could find that particular cabinet. So, someone in upper management at Acclaim said, "Hey, do 40-year-old rocker burnouts play SNES? Is Aerosmith still in with teens right now? Huh?" Mind you, this game was released in the mid-90s, when fanny packs were still popular and boy bands roamed the earth. If it was targeting teens, it did a really bad job of it. What happened next was a close approximation of Rosemary's Baby in terms of ports. Problem is, where to start with this should have been aborted monstrosity. I guess with the game's most significant problem, the controls. So someone decided that was an amazing idea to not include light gun compatibility for any of the console's ports, instead opting in to use the gamepads. This isn't always a kiss of death. There are games that had reasonably decent shooting controls with a gamepad. This game, however, is not one of them. The game has 3 settings for cursor sensitivity, ranging from 1 and 2 being super stiff, to 3 being the cursor coated with butter. Hitting anything in this game accurately is a test of patience, to say the least. Either you hit your target, or you just slide across the screen and merely graze them. There's also a severe lack of power-ups. Often you get one, but you don't even notice the difference. You do have an alternate fire by shooting CDs at the enemies, which is kind of a good thing since I can end all of my enemies suffering from listening to the game's music, which is something right out of a horror flick. Sadly, I had to suffer through it. Which brings me to the music, which was pretty much on par with the controls. Do yourself a favor and mute it immediately, even if you are a fan of Aerosmith. The music is roughly 4 tracks, that maybe 6 tops, that loop every 15 seconds. There's even ones where it loops every 10. And they loop continually, and thankfully I get to spare you from listening to any of them because, oddly enough, I got my original post auto-flagged for copyrighted musical content. Yes, YouTube's algorithm flagged my video for 16-bit rendition of Aerosmith's music, from a game that is over 20 years old at this point. Seriously, America, sort your copyright bullshit out already. Lastly, the graphics are severely cut down from the arcade, which wasn't all that good to look at to begin with. All the enemies are essentially extras from Power Rangers and or VR Troopers, because no authoritarian police force would ever hire these clowns short of maybe a National Lampoon movie or the Insane Clown Posse. They all seem to follow the same pattern, move around choppily, and then attack for the most part. Oddly enough, they censored this, which is like what? Mainly with the erotic dancers not showing off their thongs and a lot of the blood that was in the original. But even bosses don't blow up in any kind of satisfying manner. They just fly apart, like they want to vacate this game as fast as possible. Which I wish I could also do, but here I'm reviewing it to save you all from the suffering. Yeah, I'm kinda like a Gandhi of retro gaming. No, not the peaceful one, the Civ 4 one, aka an asshole. In conclusion, it's about as good as Aerosmith's last album. Awful. Every day I tell myself I can't possibly find a worse game, only for retro games to reduce my faith in humanity even more. I think I'm rolling a negative 56,000 faith in humanity score right about now. Any more and I might end up like Jeff Keighley and lose the will to live. I've been No Talent Red Mage, and this has been Revolution X for the SNES. I'd much rather castrate myself with a rusty carving knife. I'll see you next time.